I believe that God put this plant into nature for us. He didn't put Oxycontin growing on trees, and he didn't have, Xanax berries, and he didn't have Darvocet berries. But he put it in the backyard, he put marijuana and aloe.
It's not surprising that the most well-known lawyer in Florida has a way with words. But many are surprised the co-founder of the powerful Morgan & Morgan law firm is using his powers of persuasion and his money to advance the cause of medical marijuana. Morgan's group, People United, is more than halfway to collecting the 700,000 signatures needed to put the issue on the ballot in November of 2014. A Quinnipiac University poll released this week shows a full 82% of Florida voters would likely approve such a measure. But there is organized opposition.
I think a lot of people just simply want to have this medical marijuana legalized so then they can jump on the bandwagon, be able to possess and use marijuana recreationally.
Groups like Drug Free America warn of a rampant black market and widespread abuse by people with no medical issues.
The only way it can be abused is if our doctors abuse it. Now, if we can't trust the doctors to do what they're supposed to do, then God help us all.
Morgan dismisses the suggestion that he wants medical marijuana on the ballot to draw younger, left-leaning voters to the polls to the benefit of his friend and colleague Charlie Crist, now running for governor as a Democrat. Instead, Morgan says the issue became personal after his father, dying of cancer and in pain, reluctantly tried marijuana.
And he had his appetite back, his nausea was gone, his anxiety disappeared, and his pain was reduced. So we saw it.
If the constitutional amendment passes, it would make Florida the 20th state in the union and the only southern state to decriminalize medical marijuana. But already, legislative leaders and the Attorney General are challenging the law in court.
They've miscalculated here because the people of Florida want this.
Well, despite those positive polls, medical marijuana is not a shoo-in yet in Florida. Even if it gets on the ballot next year, it has to be approved by 60% of Florida voters.